Petroleum. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. It's what runs our cars, heats our homes, produces electricity. And yeah, that sounds good and fine. But has anybody ever told you how damaging petroleum is to our environment? In 2021, petroleum was responsible for half of US energy-related CO2 emissions. And for those of you not familiar with CO2 emissions, that is when CO2 absorbs radiation and prevents heat from escaping our atmosphere, which is why our planet is getting warmer and warmer each year, and let me tell you, that's not good. Now, you may be wondering, well, what exactly is petroleum? Petroleum is believed to be the transformed remains of organisms that died millions of years ago. Scientists even believe that petroleum comes from fossils of plants and small marine organisms. Some even say there may be some dinosaurs in there, but that's here nor there. And the way that we collect petroleum is by drilling a hole in the earth from an oil rig. That oil is then put on an oil tanker, which is put on trucks, and then it is let out into the world. Now, the problem with these oil rigs and the collection of petroleum is not just CO2 emissions, but oil spills. These oil spills are devastating. Oil doesn't leave. It stays for years and years, basically forever. And this oil that is spilled into the ocean kills thousands and thousands of marine life, suffocating the surface of the ocean and destroying ecosystems almost forever. There are some species that aren't able to recover. In 1989, on March 24th, an oil tanker by the name of the Exxon Valdez ran aground in Prince William Sound in Alaska. This spilled over 4 million gallons of oil into the ocean. And this spill resulted in the deaths of over 200,000 seabirds, 2,800 sea otters, 300 harbor seals, 250 bald eagles, billions of salmon and herring eggs, and 22 killer whales. And this population of killer whales has been doomed to extinction because of this oil spill. And on April 20th, 2010, the Deepwater Horizon oil rig exploded, spilling 4 million barrels, which is equal to 134 million gallons of oil into the Gulf of Mexico over the span of 3 months. It took them 3 months to plug up this hole and stop the oil. The results were catastrophic and are still catastrophic to this day. Just recently, on March 13th, President Biden approved the Willow Project, which is an oil drilling project that will be taking place in Alaska. This project is said to produce 600 million barrels of oil. That is equal to 9.2 million metric tons of CO2 pollution each year. That is equivalent to 2 million gas-powered cars being put on the road. The devastation of this project will be astronomical. The oil spills alone that could result from this, the CO2 emissions, are doing nothing to help our planet. Our planet is in dire need of help. We are in a severe climate crisis. For those of you that have watched the news and seen the weather, it has snowed in California. There was a tornado in California. That's not normal. And that is a result of us and our lack of care for our environment. We are destroying this planet with the CO2 emissions. We have turned our back on the environment. And I say that it is time we take a good hard look at what we have done. Because if we do not, if we just stand by and let these things happen, let these oil drilling projects continue, let CO2 emissions rise and oil spills increase, we will lose. If we continue to let oil spill into our oceans, we will kill the oceans. And as Captain Paul Watson of Sea Shepherd says, if the oceans die, we die. And I'm fairly certain that nobody wants that. But trust me when I say, it's coming. And it's coming fast. Thank you.